Hello. Um, I'm back. I should have. I'm gonna do the Alien video tomorrow, but today's video, I am gonna be reviewing the Predator or half-ass reviewing it. I watched Dead Meat's video, like I said, because I'm not sitting through that whole movie, but I did watch his kill count, and oh my god, it's worse than I remember. I remember like it being really hyped because this came out in 2018 and I was hyped for a few movies because you had Jurassic World 2 or Fallen Kingdom. I understand people have issues with that movie. I was hyped for Halloween 2018 and then I was like hyped for this because I remember the trailer being really weak, but I was like, okay, the trailer may not have been good, but it could be good. Man, was it bad. It was too jokey and it really sucks that Shane Black directed this. He was in the first one. What the fuck? And it just remember thinking like, just what the fuck? There's just so, and it sucks because the cast wasn't bad, but they went to this really jokey tone that just made no sense. And some of the kills were decent. I think that's like the only like, I guess kind of positive is some of the kills were pretty good. In terms of violence, you saw some shit get fucked up, but that doesn't make up for this movie because this movie I was like I had so much better. Okay, so if I so the film starts with a predator ship being chased by another ship. They end up crashing on Earth, and this is where we're introduced to Quinn, who's like the he was an okay character if they took the comedic shit out of it. I think his character was okay, and then what they do with his son, I'm like, oh my god, the stuff with his kid. But anyway, so he's engaging in a rescue mission, killing some cartel guys. The Predator ship lands. The Predator kills a bunch of few of his soldiers, which I'll admit the kills were good in this. Then the Predator, yeah, kills his members, and then if I remember right, the Predator escapes or whatever, or it gets apprehended. Quinn takes his weaponry, which I'll admit was pretty cool. The weaponry stuff was dope. So he takes his weaponry, he starts using um like the cloaking device, which is I guess this ball. Like the tech stuff wasn't bad. It's just that's the shit thing about this movie. This movie could have been good if you just took a lot of the bloat out of it. That stupid autism subplot was why was that why why Shane Black, it's an evolution, next step in evolution. What the fuck, why is that there, why? See, like if you took that so he mails the stuff back to his house and the his kid is the one with the autism, which and it's just this generic, he gets bullied. And I think this is where we get introduced to the other fucking members, which prisoners, which this part of the film gets. So we're introduced to Nebraska Baxley, played by Thomas Jane, who's not a bad character, but well, Thomas Jane, you know, we all know him as the Punisher. Why was I just feel like he wasted his movie performance, and then you had Lynch, you had Coyle, which was Keegan Michael Key, who's not a bad actor. If this was a comedy, but that's not what Predator should be. He goes full retard with some of the jokes in this. Like, just every minute there's some joke, and it just nine. I'm gonna say it. A lot of them don't land, and I know I think I've seen a few people try to say, well, the dynamic between the prisoners wasn't bad. It was okay in terms of like they meshed together, but I didn't. This was not a comedy. And if this was another movie, you'd take the predators out of it. I wouldn't mind it. If this was like a pseudo Suicide Squad type movie, but that just had nothing to do with Predator, I'd be fine with it. But this is a fucking Predator movie, and I mean, even like the first Predator, there was a bit of jokes in there, but once the I'm literally saying there's parts of this movie where the Predator itself is making jokes. It's not fucking joking like that, but oh, when I get to the scene, I will describe, but yeah, like during the when stuff gets real, when shit gets real, there should not be jokes going on, and that's one thing the original Predator did well. Like once shit got real, the jokes stopped. In this, they just keep going. They are beating it to death. Okay, so the fugitive Predator should they. This is where it's um we're introduced to Traeger and Peter Keyes, who's son of Keyes from the first one, which from the second film, which I'll admit that was cool, but unfortunately they don't do a lot with that. They just mention that really quick as a quick like, oh, member berry guys, which sucks because I actually think if they did more, because it's Jake Busey too, who's Gary Busey's actual son, they could have done way more with that. And Casey, played by Olivia Munn, who I'll admit, as much as she's an insufferable bitch in real life, she's actually not terrible. She's another one who is not terrible in this. If they just did not, so we see they. This is where it's found out they're keeping up the predator, or they're calling it the fugitive predator because it's the predator from earlier being experimented on. It wakes up and starts killing people. All of it. This part of the film was actually really good. But the cringe before that was they make a joke calling it Predator, and then she says, well, it's more of a sports hunter. And they said, Predator sounds cooler. It's like, stop. Like, it just gets to points where I'm like, and I'm just, and keep in mind, Dead Meat's video is only 20 minutes. So this is condensed the movie down to 20 minutes. It was still insufferable. Sorry if you're hearing vehicles. So, Predator breaks out, which I'll admit this part was pretty cool. You got some really dope kills in there. And, so it kills everybody, or mostly everybody. Takes its gear back. Chases, she chases it out. And then this is where, the prisoners see, so they kind of help Olivia and, and then this is where I think this is where it's revealed the ultimate predator comes in, and basically while the fugitive predator is about to kill Quinn, the ultimate predator shows up, and this is this bigger one. And then I also should have mentioned his kid. I guess like throughout the film you see him testing the predator tech. It's somehow, I guess, being autistic in Hollywood, you can see alien language, and you can just, and that's when he saw, I guess, the ultimate predator being made, and that they're enhancing. It makes no fucking sense. It really makes no sense. And this film, and then so we get introduced to predator dogs, and for some reason, for no fucking reason at all, they don't use the design from Predators, which actually they look dope. In this, let's just put dreads on it, and it just looks stupid. It's like very on the nose. Like, let's put dreads on it. It's like, motherfucker, this movie. So the ultimate predator kills the fugitive, which I'll admit that was cool, and the fugitive predator ultimate predator got some good kills in there, but it. So then they managed to kill one of the dogs, and then they incapacitate the other one, and basically later on they use it as a pseudo pet. It was very cringe, and you get more jokes. Casey joins on with the prison guys. They are found by Traeger, who I guess that's, and apparently he tells them that they're trying to use human DNA. What the fuck? Why would predators need human DNA? It just makes no sense. Basically they changed the lore. So the ultimate predator arrives and kills everybody, and then I think Traeger takes the kid because he can decode, for some reason, alien it's stupid. So this is where the film goes retarded again. And basically, I think um, Quinn and his men basically have to break into the thing, and which you get some okay kills. The kid decodes the tech from the fugitive predator ship, but the ultimate predator takes it back, kills a few more people. Um, and then basically it starts. He kills a few people, and then it, and this is where basically that that they are basically saying autism is the next step in evolution. They are really pushing that in this fucking movie, and so the predator gives them a chance to run away. They all run away, and so Triger and his men work with have no choice but to work with the other group. Each get killed off, and Triger is using the shoulder cannon, and okay, his men gets killed right, and he laughs, and he ends up blowing his own head off. It was when I watched that part, I was like, what the fuck? They don't even show how that happens, and I don't think Predator tech in any other iteration has been shown to be that fucking delicate that it one slight move it just goes off like that. Like he didn't trigger anything, it just for some reason blows his head off. And I'm betting it was for a gag. Like, oh, the scene I was thinking about was the Predator breaks into this truck, right? Kills a few of the military men and the driver, and the Predator uses one of the men to like do a thumbs up as if everything's okay. It's like, why would he do that? Why would the Predator, like, the Predator itself is making humor? Like, what the fuck? Like, ugh. Like, there's gonna be a fixing at some point when I'm definitely, because I think this movie, you really could, if you take out just so much, like, why the fuck is so the Predator wants the kid, and basically, the Predator tries to steal the kid, the ultimate one, which it wasn't needed. I think you just like we could make a bigger Predator. So they managed. Quinn and Casey take the ship down. They managed to kill it. I'm just gonna skip to that part, and then basically it ends with this weird like the Predator left us this like Predator killer, which was this fucking basically Predator Iron Man armor. If you remember, like the film had like multiple endings. They wanted Arnold, he said no. I think one of the endings was gonna show Ripley, which would have been just kind of random. Fuck this movie. Even just watching like that dead meat thing, which is like 20 minutes, it just was bad, man. The fact that the dude blew his own head off is what did it for me. It's like, really? It was clearly for a gag. They thought it would be funny. It doesn't make sense. Like, he didn't hit anything. It's just like, his head blown off. Like, what the fuck? Like, and then the humor, they beat it to death. And I think Keegan's character is like the worst, man. How many times they just beat he just constantly is joking. Why is this film, it's really sad. I remember just being really disappointed. He just, and then even just watching that again, just it shows me how, makes me remember how dumb this film was. The kills were decent, but really that doesn't matter because it's like it gets overshadowed by just, and the whole autism thing. Like, what the fuck were they doing? The next step in that's not how it works, and I don't. They were basically treating it like a superpower, like he's like fucking Professor X or some shit. It was stupid, man. I was really disappointed in Shane Black with this. Like, this, he was in the first fucking film, and this is what we get. We get this trash, and the whole human predator splicing made no sense. This movie's painful, and I don't know. It's really sad that this was it. And now Disney has the IP now. That means we're gonna probably get, not probably, I think we will get something worse than this. When you can do something worse than this fucking movie, I I don't know, but 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10. Fuck this movie. This movie is borderline Last Jedi level bad. It just wasn't woke. That was the only thing, I guess, but it was a dumb fucking movie. The Ultimate Predator could have been cool, but we don't get a lot with it. I think he wasted Jake Busey because I actually thought that could have been interesting if you go more into his character because I actually do like Keys from from Predator 2, and you just they don't go more into it. He's mentioned once, and I think he gets killed in that whole when the Predator escapes scene. And once again, Traeger blowing his head off was just stupid. That was just done for a fucking gag. But end this video by saying fuck this movie. And it's really unfortunate that the next two Predator movies I'm not gonna count because with this one I don't count it. I'm not counting the one Disney's doing. There's only 3 Predator movies. I will probably rank the Predator movies on Thursday. Tomorrow I'm gonna rank the Alien movies, but I'm also gonna talk about why I love Alice in Chains. So we're gonna get more of those videos. But other than that, fuck this movie. Fuck Warner Brothers. Fuck Disney. Fuck Freddie Bitch Jr. Fuck Hank Azaria. Talk to you guys. I'll take one more hit. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.